last break was
Jim,
right on the money.
You're better than that.
We expect more.
You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com out here at the Christian Village as we're getting set to give our Super Bowl pick. Just to pick the winner, just the winner. All right, that's all I wanted. I'll give you a couple more minutes to think about it, Jake. I want to thank some sponsors here real quick.
Bring it.
I want to thank Jake's Furnishings, located at 1100 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. They're open 7 days a week. Phone them at 735-1212 or go online to jakesfurnishings.com. Jim Grimaldi, criminal defense attorney, Logan County's only law firm dedicated exclusively to the practice of criminal law. Give him a call at 217-651-8089. All right, Jake.
I'll go kind of a sad pick for me. Not a big fan, but, honestly, depending on health, any team is right there. I mean, you can come back to the Bears,
I don't know
Packers.
If it's a clear cut for me.
I wouldn't say clear cut, so I'm going to kind of go out on a limb. I can't pick the Bears because I'll consider myself a homer.
Right.
So I'm going to go Denver Broncos.
Wow. Denver Broncos, Jake's pick to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We were just talking, and I really couldn't pick a team. I said there's no way in the West, but the more I got thinking about it, and you brought up a good point, Jake, it's really even out there.
It is.
I think except for one team, and that's the 49ers.
Yes.
I think they're above and beyond anybody out in the West. Their defense is supposedly number one. I'm not big on their quarterback, Alex Smith, but they do have weapons. I'm going to go
a decent ground game
with Frank Gore. I'm going to go with the 49ers. Originally, to win it all. My mind kept coming back to the Packers for some reason. They just have stability. They've been there. They got a good quarterback. Their defense is banged up.
Yep.
But,
well, like I said, my comment was, it's very rare that a team goes 2 years in a row basically injury free.
Sure.
And last year they had very minimal injuries.
Don't say that. I got Rodgers in my fantasy.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love that.
It's a beast.
I would love to see you go down hard.
Shut your mouth. So I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers to win it all. I think they've.
Now, who would be in there from the AFC? I mean, what's the predict? Give me a prediction from there. Come on. You're not an AFC guy. I know that. I mean, Baltimore, they looked tough last year.
They looked good. Baltimore looked good.
Again, 2 years in a row, though, without injuries.
Flacco, I'm not big on.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah, man, it's hard to go against the Patriots. Their defense is not good, but their offense got so
many weapons. And I know you're a
weapons.
Big Tim Tebow fan. Now he's out in New York.
I'm not crazy about Jets are terrible. They can't score. I'm going to go with the Patriots. I am. They got too many weapons.
Well, and, they did had a really nice draft on stocking up on some young defensive athletic talent. We'll see how that, translates in NFL terms. It does not always work.
When you can put basically two of the top three tight ends on one team. Yeah. Wes Welker, who's a top three receiver as far as catches. You're not a big game breaker or anything, but he gets a lot of catches.
Yeah.
You add Brandon Lloyd. Really, you have no running game, but it doesn't matter. You got Tom Brady. So you got
Brandon Lloyd can stick on a team.
Oh, yeah. He's sticking there. They wanted him.
I mean, to be honest, he's he's such a talented guy.
But he keeps hanging around, and you find that right guy, that right niche. He did well in.
He's done well everywhere he's went.
And I think he's going to be huge there because it's a guy that can spread the field, stretch the field, and go deep, and he's got the speed to do it.
He was great in St. Louis, to be honest, and St. Louis didn't have anybody throw him the ball.
Former Illini. So I'm going to go. I think it's 49ers against the Patriots.
Okay.
49ers win because of their defense.
Nice.
No, whether that's the way it's going to be or not, we'll find out. But that does start tomorrow, and there's a lot of games going on tomorrow. You've got the Bears and the Colts.
Oh yeah.
And
12 o'clock. 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. Right? Yeah, 12 o'clock start for them. And you've also got Philadelphia is taking on Cleveland. The Jets are taking on Buffalo. New Orleans is at home against Washington. New England travels to Tennessee. It's the Vikings are at home against Jacksonville. Houston and Miami are going to do battle. At Detroit, St. Louis comes to Detroit. Atlanta is traveling to Kansas City. Green Bay is at home, and they're playing. Man, that's going to be the best game of the day. It was Green Bay and San Francisco.
Yeah.
Carolina travels to Tampa Bay. Seattle is going to Arizona, and then Denver's at home against Pittsburgh, who may be the most watched game because maybe the best quarterback of our time that we've seen will be taking his first snap in, a year or a little longer?
A little longer, yeah.
For Denver, and he's taking on that Pittsburgh defense. Monday night, it's going to be Baltimore is at home against Cincinnati, and then Oakland and San Diego are 2 games on Monday night. So if you're ready for that football fix, it's here.
I was going to say full swing with a big day today in college football, and then followed tomorrow.
Missouri, big talk about Missouri going to the SEC. They're opening up with Georgia, so that'll be a big one down in Columbia. Of course, Texas A&M joining the SEC. They have Florida coming to the 12th man in College Station, Texas. So a lot going on in college football today. Of course, tomorrow the NFL and
even Monday. You had
Monday.
games on Monday even. So, I mean, you can get your fix going right now.
Yeah.
And, high school football's still full swing here as well.
Full swing, yeah. We'll go. We're going to go over that, and when we just take a quick commercial break here, Jake, come back with the scores from all the local action last night in high school football, and hopefully Coach McDonald can stop by out here. We're out at the Christian Village, and stop on out or keep your radio dial to 96.3 FM, or if you're online, WLCNonline.com. Stepping up his game a little bit here. 15 minutes left before the end of the cheap seats. We're out here at the Christian Village. Josh Komnick along with Jake Johnston and Coach McDonald. Coach, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. Good morning, guys.
I want to go over the scores last night, Coach. Little scoreboard watching for you and the Railers as we do every Saturday morning. Sacred Heart Griffin was a winner, 62-21 over Springfield. Jacksonville 42, Lanphier 6. Chatham was a winner on a kind of a delayed game is what I've been reading, lightning and things, 42-41 over Charleston. And local action also U-High 46, Olympia 6. I think I think, who am I missing? Taylorville and Rochester must play today. Is that right? Do you know? Have
yes,
any idea?
Yeah.
Yep, they play today. So, and then the game here at Hanlon Field last night, the Railers fall on a close one, a last-second field goal, 32-yarder to lose to Southeast 24-21, Coach. And as you came in, I just offered some knowledge, maybe. What'd you call it that, Jake? Just maybe some helpful hints of watering the ball up because we haven't seen rain all year, all summer. So I mentioned to Coach, let's try and throw the ball in the water to put a 5-gallon bucket. Let's get some water on the ball, try and solve those fumble problems. Coach, what happened?
Well, we did that this last week, one of our practices. We brought a bucket of water out there and dipped it in the water and actually had a great practice. And
you people at home can't see this, but Josh's microphone is not fitting on his head properly for his head swelling. So, goodness.
And but again, Coach, we see that the rain come in a bit of a factor last night. It really wasn't bad during the game. It was just the day leading up. Really.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't a huge factor, I don't think. I mean, there was a little bit of slipping going on a couple times where we, lost our grip on the ball, I think, because it was wet, but it wasn't a huge factor.
Coach, before we get into all the particulars, give us your overall view coming into the week, off the win against Lanphier, and then your synopsis of the game.
We had I think a great week of practice. Having the thrill of victory last week is always just a big boost. It's a good reward for the kids from all the hard work they've been putting in, and had a very upbeat and enthusiastic week of practice. The guys were really focused and ready to get out on the field again this past Friday night. And last night we're proud of the effort. Have no complaints as far as how hard the guys played, and felt like we played our hearts out. Didn't capitalize on a few things that could have made the difference, and had some mistakes that hurt us. And give Southeast credit. I think they're a very much improved ball club.
Sure.
They've got a lot of team speed. They play very aggressive and physical, and they were flying all over the field. And they were coming off of a big boost of a win, breaking a losing streak
game,
there.
or something like
sure,
that.
And so they were pumped up, ready to go, and give them a lot of credit for the way they came out and played.
Coach, any similarities? What did you focus on this week? You knew the quarterback has been coming back. He's been there for several years now. Good athlete. They had some big kids up front. It looked like. What was your game plan coming into the week to get ready for the Spartans?
Well, I mean, similar to Lanfear in respect that, again, very athletic quarterback. Not as physical of a runner as Lanfear's was going to be, but probably a greater quickness and a great ability to make something happen out of a broken play, or even defensively when we're playing something very well. Very elusive, very, very quick. Had a couple running backs that were very talented kids that were elusive and tough to bring down. That we had trouble with at times. We knew their defensive line was going to be very aggressive. They've got the one stud up front who was a big, strong kid, very tough to handle, and they had some smaller kids that were really quick off the ball, and they were very aggressive. I mean, they gave us a tough time running up the middle, and when we tried to get the outside, they were flying the ball, getting out there too, and so it was a battle. I mean,
and it seemed like even, there were times where we'd run it up the middle and not get a lot of success, but a lot of success came on the outside. So our guys were, either blocking well or just as fast or as athletic, or maybe on that time we caught them off guard. We did a lot of good things running the ball to on the outside against a faster team.
Yeah. We see a lot of good things, and we'll watch film, and we'll see a lot of things that we're proud of the effort of the guys, and we did some things right. And any time that somebody on the other side of the ball makes a great play, or we don't block something or do something as well as we're able to, it can make the difference in the play, and that's why you play the game, and you got to play every play.
Jake was alluding to, as we were watching the game last night, several defensive backs making great plays on some passes. Really, they didn't have hardly any passing yards last night for Southeast, and your guys in the backfield were doing a good job of breaking on the receivers, breaking on the ball, and knocking them down.
I think they've done a great job. Yeah, I mean, Dane Eimer, we talked about today this morning, kind of laugh about with the kids that, I think he's shown the first couple of games that they better watch out when they try to throw deep over the middle, that he's going to come up and stick them, and they didn't try to do that much last week or last night.
Seems like he still had a real good stick on the sideline, on our sideline last night, though, too.
He's flying all over the ball, and our other two cornerbacks are doing a great job. They seem to keep wanting to pick on Sean Cannon. He's a little smaller as a sophomore, but he's doing a great job of getting the ball and wrapping up and making plays.
Well, I tell you, that kid there, he was flying to the ball last night. A couple of passes. I had a good friend with me who's a former quarterback for Lincoln. He made the comment, man, that kid can break on a ball. So very impressive last night.
Hey, Coach, let's go through some of the scoring. Tied up at 7 after 1. No scoring in the second quarter, so 7-7 at half. Both teams score 7 in the third quarter, and unfortunately the Spartans get that last-second field goal, 32-yarder, to win 24-21. Some of the scoring for the Railers last night: Cody Heidbreeder had a 31-yard run. Grant Cooper, the PAT kick was good. Then Herman Senior had a 2-yard run. He's the quarterback for the Southeast Spartans. He also kicked the PAT and made that. Another 15-yard run for Herman Senior. That was a touchdown. He kicked the PAT again. Cody Heidbreeder, another touchdown, 2 of them for Cody. 2-yard run. Grant kicked it good. And then the big one, Coach, Austin Cruz, a 70-yard run, really kind of a broken in the first 2 downs, and on third down he breaks one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was just a quarterback sneak wedge. Our line got a good push up the middle, and he kept running his feet, and next thing you know, he's popping out, and Austin's probably one of our fastest kids, if not the fastest kid on the team on a straightaway like that, and nice big play and a big morale boost for the kids.
Coach, we started out well in the first quarter, rushing the ball really well. The defense had come down, or had slowed them up quite a bit, and they got a late touchdown there in the first quarter. And really, the second was just a defensive battle and basically field position.
Sure, yeah.
And they didn't. Nobody really got anything going. And then, as after that, it pretty much opened up with some. I don't know if the guys got used to the weather, got used to each other, but the scoring really kind of picked up.
Yeah, and our defense, it doesn't show as much on the stats here. I think did a super job, especially there in the second half. That we're often, our defense was coming on the field with some tough situations where they had short yardage to get to the goal. Our punting game overall it was tough last night. I think the wetness affected that, so we were putting our defense in some tough situations, and they played real hard.
And then the Herman Senior had a 7-yard run. He had 3 touchdowns. He also kicked a PAT. And then, of course, the big one, you just don't see 32-yarders in high school a lot. Maybe not necessarily just I don't, or even around here, you just don't see that long a kick. I think in the paper I read where his longest had been 30, and what do you know? He kicks a 33-yarder against us.
Well, it was against a pretty decent wind, too. He was kicking it against the wind, and it was a little wet, too. So, I mean, he did a great job stepping in there and sticking it through for him.
He's been a big player for the football team, basketball team at Southeast for 3 or 4 years
and
now.
Baseball. He played baseball. He's a pitcher and shortstop for him, too.
So he's been in that situation before,
sure.
Maybe not just kicking, but he's been in those pressure situations. And it's a tough one to lose knowing that you could have had it.
Sure. Oh, yeah. We definitely came away. I mean, guys, there were football's such an emotional sport, and these guys put so much into it. I mean, there were a lot of tears after the game, even only being the game 3 of the season. You see it the last game of the year when it's over. But a lot of hurting out there after the game because they know that they played real hard. They left it on the field and felt like that we could have won that one.
Got to let one slip away.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, you brought a couple guys in. Guys, make sure that mic is on and give me your name and what grade you're in and what position you play.
I'm Connor Schmidt. I'm a senior, and I'm a running back and an inside linebacker.
Two-way guy for Connor, and pass the mic. And young man, let us know who you are and what grade you're in and what positions you play.
I'm Tristen Cooper. I'm a junior, and I play offensive line.
Okay, guys, and Tristan, what was one thing last night that you were able to? Were you on the line there when Cruz broke the big one?
Yes, I was.
Okay, and how'd you get the Spartans away from him so he could run the long one?
I merely did what coaches told me to do in practice and get up close with my other linemen and drive it as hard as I could.
That's what we like to hear, Coach. They're doing the things that you're telling them, right?
Yeah, good answer.
It sounds like he's being a little modest. So I mean, from what I understand, watching the game tape, it looked like it was all you.
Really nice. You've already watched the tape this morning.
It's WLCN.
What a partner! What a partner! Already watched it. Woke up early this morning, and Grant, Connor, pass the mic over to Connor. And Connor, some of the holes that you had running the ball last night, or some of the things that you saw that you thought the guys did well during the game last night.
Yeah, our line, they were playing a very aggressive defensive line and linebackers. I think they blocked really well given the circumstances and gave us some good holes, especially on the wedge.
And on the last one, were you on the field when the field goal was? Were you out there trying to block it? And and then you saw it go up, and then it just a bad feeling with so little time left, knowing that you guys could have had it. But as you said, Coach, a good effort by these guys behind us, a good effort by your whole team. Really, a good game to watch. I mean, a football game that you want to see both offense and good defense hitting, guys making plays. A little weather, you're going to get that football feel. A little colder out last night, and a little rain was nice for the guys that's been struggling through a whole mess of heat this summer. Coach, what do we have on tap for this week leading up to the game on Friday?
Well, we just got through with kind of a little early morning workout to work some of the soreness out, and then we'll head back over in the sophomore play in the Southeast. Spartans at 10 o'clock and the freshmen on Monday night at 6.
Monday night at 6.
Beautiful day for football today. I think the high is going to be 71 or 72.
Yeah, perfect.
I want to say Tristan Cooper stepped in last night. We had an injury at one of our starting tackles and stepped in and just did a great job for us. And kid that's been working really hard and has earned a shot at getting in there, and he was excited and pumped up, and he's just a great team player for us.
Perfect.
And, Connor put a heck of a lot of pressure on there in the second half on their quarterback, and blitzing and blowing up anybody that was getting in his way trying to block, and it's just been a great leader for us, and he's a guy that gets everybody excited by how physical and hard he plays.
Put the opponent this Friday, Coach.
Chatham-Glenwood. Chatham-Glenwood. They'll be a super tough kids and team, and they're ranked in the state. Squeaked one by last night, but they're going to be one of the top teams. I think they were picked by the coaches to win the conference this year.
Wow.
If they can get over Rochester and SHG, there'll be some battles there.
Yeah, 42-41, they were a winner over Charleston. I know they've got the running back coming back. I think they've got the receiver, linebacker,
quarterback. They've got about 14 to 15 starters off last year's team. they'll be good. They're always very physical and well coached and disciplined, and then they've got some great steep speed also.
And you got to travel to Chatham Friday night. So another 7 o'clock tip at Chatham. Kickoff tip. All right, not yet. The kickoff for the Railers next Friday at Chatham, as the Railers get set to take on the Titans from Chatham. Coach, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank guys for coming in and joining us today on another hard fought. We were out there cheering you on, and hopefully good luck on Friday.
Thank you. Thanks, Travis.
All right, Jake, that's going to do it, I think. Again, 9:30 start, so if you can stay up.
I don't know, man.
The Illini, 9:30 at Tempe.
Got up early this morning.
Did you? You have to take
It's gonna
a
be
nap.
a long day.
I bet you got some recliners that you could take a nice nap on.
Yeah, I've got a couple extra employees today, too, so that might work out pretty well. I could see that in the future.
There we go. Hey, Illini at 9:30, Bears tomorrow at 12. We'll have all the recap of next Saturday. Of course, the Railers travel to Chatham next Friday. That's going to do it from the Christian Village. We're out of here.
We're going.
See ya.
Good day.